Support WrestleTalk!
It's nearly Christmas. The goose is getting fat, and so am I. And I'm getting old, too. Isn't life a bowl of cherries? Anyway, genuinely, I hope you and yours have a lovely few weeks regardless of what you believe. And before I head off to do much less active Christmas than I'd like because of the stupid disease, here's 10 wrestling news stories from the week you might have missed. Before we get into that, though, I do consider this video as my Christmas gift to you. What did you get me? You didn't get me anything? That's awkward. You're a terrible friend. I tell you what, you can make up to me by subscribing to WrestleTalk for daily wrestling news videos, pressing the thumbs up button, and leaving a comment down below with your thoughts on the week just gone. Number 10, CM Punk fears Hook. December saw NXT War Games, the expiration of Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly's contracts, winter is coming, and news that Kevin Owens will stay with WWE for another 3 years. But collective fans' memories will only remember one thing from the end of 2021, Hook's debut. After a year of send Hook request, Taz booked his son's first in-ring match on last week's episode of Rampage. It went so well, Sean Ross Sapp and Tempest both chose him as the biggest star of 2022 on Quizzlemania. Fair. I mean, look at his hair. For Tony Khan, owner of just a t-shirt company AEW, the numbers don't lie, and they spell money for Hook at Dynamite, as Pro Wrestling Tees have revealed on Instagram. For the first time since August 20th, which is when Punk debuted, by the way, CM Punk is no longer the top-selling shirt of the week on @Shop AEW. That now belongs to @730 Hook, which Punk himself replied, commenting, "This is cool." Can't tell if genuinely happy or dripping with sarcasm. Number 9, Vince McMahon hates tag teams. Breaking news, Vince McMahon hates tag teams. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. Just look at how well WWE's tag division has been booked over the years. It's not exactly a fresh take, but now it's one with behind-the-scenes confirmation, as Freddie Prinze Jr. has revealed on his Wrestling with Freddie podcast. The 90s high school movie heartthrob turned WWE writer turned... actually looking at his Wikipedia, stuff has slowed down a lot in the last 10 years. Told a story about how he was getting tasked with getting over the Usos and the Hart dynasty of Harry Smith and Tyson Kidd in one of his 2 stints as a producer. Apparently, Vince pulled him aside at one point to explain why he hates the tag division, saying it's show business and the second word is the most important out of the 2. Freddie, I gotta pay 4 guys for one match. Number 8, Ghost Town at WWE Raw. Monday's episode of Raw wasn't just the show's second lowest viewership ever on TV. Photos also emerged of large areas of the arena being totally empty, taking place at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, which boasts to a capacity of 20,000. Purge Rebellion on Twitter posted photos of the show saying, "I've never seen WWE this bad. Monday Night Raw is looking like a ghost town." Wow, complete with a photo showing a darkened area behind the hard cam, which is part of the audience behind the camera you don't get to see on TV, and a second one with the lights up that reveal an entire side of the arena with nobody in it. But apparently, AEW have fan problems of their own. Number 7, MJF and Dax Harwood eject fan. Last week's Dynamite was held in MJF's hometown of Long Island, New York, where he was such a beloved babyface, one fan succeeded in impersonating a fan to get close to him. Quizzlemania champion Sean Ross Sapp has revealed the bizarre story on Fightful Select. Do go over and check that out on their Patreon. BT Dubs said that the UBS Arena security allowed a fan to get backstage after he claimed to be an extra. The fan got into the locker room and sat down in a seat belonging to, get this of all the tough bastards in AEW don't want to piss off, Pete Quinnell's older, meaner brother, Dax Harwood. The extra was told he was sitting in Dax's seat, so he moved to Blades instead from the Hardy family office. Other people in the locker room decided this guy was hella sus, so they started questioning him, asking him who he trained with. He replied Jeff Hardy trained him, as he was putting on some Jeff Hardy-style armbands, despite Jeff not training wrestlers. He then claimed to be a friend of Taz's, which one talent told Sean was clearly not true, and he couldn't correctly identify who was in charge of booking extras. MJF and Dax then, and this is Sean's quote, quickly ejected him from the locker room. Paint your own picture in your head of what happened there. Someone else backstage indicated the same fan had been kicked out of a Boston show in October. Doing the rigorous journalistic work that has made Sean so respected, he finished off the report writing, "We've since been able to confirm that Jeff Hardy, in fact, did not train the individual." Thanks, Sean. Number 6, Brandy Rhodes shoots on fan. Poor wrestlers, they're not safe in their own locker rooms, let alone Twitter, as Brandy Rhodes has found out. After defeating Angelica Risk on Dark in her first match in over a year, F4W Online said it wasn't good enough to air on national TV. Brandy then tweeted she's better than before when a fan replied questioning her ability as a wrestler. This caused Brandy to do what is now known as a Seth Rollins, bringing up your bank balance to win an argument, tweeting, "Well, Melinda, my bank account sure thinks I am, so I'm going to take the cash over your tweet, no hard feelings." And then there's the little kiss emoji. Those roads, eh? baby faces through and through. Number 5, WWE star to AEW. With Kyle O'Reilly becoming a free agent, it seems like we've all been looking at the wrong person for an Undisputed Era reunion in AEW, as this week saw the debut of Roderick Strong's wife, Marina Shafir. Marina was released from WWE back in June, now billing herself as The Problem. She lost to Chris Statlander in a match on AEW Dark and tweeted afterwards, "I'm not owed a damn thing. Thank you all Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan for the opportunity. Chris Statlander, problems are like shadows. If you have a shadow, then you have a problem. Till next time, hashtag the problem." But in a different change of direction to usual, it's not just released WWE stars to AEW. Number 4, AEW talent to WWE. Indie wrestler Tesha Price has been a common feature on AEW Dark and Elevation since last November, but hasn't wrestled for the promotion since August. Since then, she's appeared once on NXT 2.0, losing under a different name of Anna Shear, and then again last month with another new name, Fallon Henley, in an intergender match against Joe Gacy, which ended in a no contest. Shortly after that match, WWE filed to trademark Fallon Henley, and maybe the biggest sign yet that she's signed to NXT, and she's changed her social media handle to @FallonHenley WWE. That's more likely to confirm it. Number 3, PWG Battle of Los Angeles. PWG's Battle of Los Angeles is the biggest indie wrestling tournament of the year, with previous winners being Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, and Ricochet. Whatever happened to those guys? And after missing 2020 and 2021 for reasons, the promotion has announced the first 8 entrants for January 29th and 30th. Jonah, Alex Shelley, Kevin Blackwood, AEW stars Leo Rush and Daniel Garcia, Black Taurus, Jack Cartwheel, and PWG champion Bandido, who was recently pulled from last week's Ring of Honor Final Battle show because of a positive COVID result. Hopefully, this is a sign that the lifeblood of the wrestling industry, independent promotions, is starting back up after a tumultuous 2 years. Number 2, Shibata's wrestling return. Shibata, one of New Japan's top stars, had to retire in 2017 after suffering a subdural hematoma in a match against Okada. It nearly killed him, but proving the Lion's pride isn't just a marketing slogan, he vowed one day to return to the ring. After a surprise 5-minute grapple with Zack Sabre Jr. in October, Shibata cut a promo in his typically flamboyant style. "I will have a match on January 4th. That's it. January 4th is, of course, Wrestle Kingdom 16, New Japan's biggest show of the year. It's unknown who he'll face, but gosh, Tempest is pleased. Look how pleased Tempest is. And number 1, Amanda Huber's Brody Lee tribute. We're coming up to 1 year since Brody Lee suddenly and shockingly passed away. But before then, his widow, Amanda Huber, marked another occasion, what would have been their wedding anniversary. Remembering on Twitter, "After John and I got married, we went for burgers and milkshakes. Every year, we'd get burgers and milkshakes. Last year, I got Uber Eats and ate alone in my hotel and cried. This year, I have 2 dates. Here's to you, baby," with a picture of their 2 children eating burgers and milkshakes. Amanda also wrote a beautiful tribute to Brody on the Players Tribune. The link is in the video description below. I encourage you all to check it out. Enjoyed this video? Then subscribe to WrestleTalk for daily wrestling news updates, and also subscribe to our other wrestling channel, Parts of Unknown, where my top 10 matches of 2021 has just gone live. I've been Adam Blampied, and jam that jam.